Hello everyone, day 9 of this year's IAE. Today we have Anvil Karak, an exploration ship, but exploration isn't in the game and won't be anytime soon. 1.0 will just have 5 star systems and even 1.0 is many years away. If you want to get inside your Karak, you have to open the big ramp and every schmuck can get inside with you. There's no small elevator to the ground. John Cho said many years ago, "Oh, we forgot to have this." Why not have a spreadsheet with bullet points that you are checking off one by one? I guess this is too much to ask CRG for. On 4.0, her cargo pods are now opening, but they are not going down to the ground and they are supposed to be detachable. I guess this won't be in a game anytime either. Overall, right now, a rather useless ship. This year, CRG introduced Hornet F7C Mark II and they gave her 2 size 4 gun mounts under the wings, something CRG will regret because now the balance with other ships like for example Saber is totally out of the window. You can also have a nose turret and you can have a turret on the back, so way too much firepower for a rather small medium fighter. F7C Hornet Tracker Mark II, she got now 2 size 4 gun mounts under the wings too. Hornet F7C Ghost Mark II, and she has now 2 size 4 gun mounts under the wings too. CRG, you're totally destroying the little bit of balance we had. This was such a bad idea. Pretty much makes no other ships useless. Hornet F7E Mark II, the military version, with way too much firepower. 2 size 4 guns under the wings, 2 size 3 guns on the turret on the back, and 2 size 3 guns at the front. Chris, how will you ever balance this? You cannot. Terrapin Medical with a tier 2 medbed. I wonder when CRG will take away respawning in tier 3 medbeds again. Oh no, you were never supposed to respawn in tier 3 medbeds. What about your commercial, CRG?
You're probably thinking I'm a goner. But the thing is, I've died 1,000 times. Because a regen has always been the strategy. Let's do this.
Standard Terrapin, she has now her armored shields for the cockpit, you can extend those, the moment they are not extended. A ship without her role, and she won't have her role for a long time. Anvil Hawk, a bounty hunter ship, a terrible ship. She has a very weak EMP and she has all those flimsy parts sticking out in every which way direction, which are getting lost very easily in combat. And CRG tried to make her look a little bit like a hawk because hawk is a bird. This means this ship has to look a little bit like a bird. Anvil Hurricane, I always liked this ship. She has 2 size 4 guns for the pilot and 4 size 3 guns on the turret, which is controlled by a second player. Pisces, one of the better ship designs in Star Citizen. I really like Pisces, but she still doesn't have her armor. Come on Chris, fix your XMLs, this is easy. I like Pisces. It's a very good ship if you just quickly want to do a mission. She's not very tough, but yeah, you can get in and out easily, you can store things inside, and she's not too expensive. Medical Pisces, another ship I really like. You can respawn in her tier 3 medbed, but CRG might take it away again, even though in the commercials they very clearly said, I died 1,000 times and I can respawn in tier 3 medbeds. This will be very interesting when CRG takes this away again. Gladiator, recently CRG buffed her, gave her a lot more hit points and 2 size 4 gun mounts under the wings now. Still, she's not in a good shape and you can spawn one in the universe. People will ask you, is this a new ship? Because they never have seen a Gladiator before. This must be one of the rarest ships in the universe. Anvil Arrow, light fighter, when introduced she had 2 size 1 shields. Everyone knew this was way too much for a light fighter, and 10 months later CRG nerfed her to 1 size 1 shield. She's still a good ship, still fun to use. Lightning, Last year CRT gave us F8C Lightning, which was a big surprise because this ship was actually not coming into the game before Squadron 42 is finished. She was a very good ship, and then CRT nerfed her very, very hard. She's still useful, but not as good as she was before. Spartan, an APC on Atlas platform. Atlas platform is totally terrible. She cannot fit in a Valkyrie, okay? She's an APC, but she cannot fit into Valkyrie. And like all the other vehicles of the Atlas platform, she has very low ground clearance. CRT is even cheating. Look at this. CRT moved chassis up to make it look like that she has halfway decent ground clearance, but no. Chassis is usually way lower. I don't know what CRT thought when they did the Atlas platform. Valkyrie, dropship, I like her, but she has lots of problems. Only one pilot, no co-pilot. Even much smaller ships in Star Citizen have a co-pilot. Then internal layout is absolutely terrible. Your beds are not protected, are not behind doors. So I wouldn't use those beds in space. But your dismounts are behind doors. I don't know who came up with this. She's a dropship, but she cannot carry an APC. She cannot carry any tank. Mostly because vehicles are comically oversized in Star Citizen. Still, overall, I like Valkyrie. Ballista, okay, let's talk about Atlas platform. This thing is so terribly designed. CRT, why not look at real 8x8 military trucks and go from there? This thing would get stuck in cities, and look how CRT is cheating. CRT moved chassis up to make it look like this thing has somewhat a useful ground clearance, which it does not have, especially not when you don't fake it. She's way too tall, still has almost no ground clearance. One of the reasons is CRT insists on a standing walkable interior, and in this game NPCs and players are Michelin men. Come on, work on your metrics. We don't need Michelin men, we don't need walkable interiors, we don't need vehicles that are so tall and still don't have any ground clearance. This is just a terrible design.
Up first is a collision resolver. Now currently in the claustrophobic corridors of a ship or station, NPCs will often have no collision so that they can get to where they're going relatively unimpeded. But nobody wants characters just walking through other characters. So the collision resolver is a new system currently in development that will temporarily shrink the physics bubble of AI and change to the relevant animations, allowing them to pass through many situations they currently cannot.
Yeah, we have so many animations and wasted space because in this game we cannot squeeze like we can do in real life. So I'm looking very, very forward to this. Centurion, same problems as Ballista. And look, same solution. CRT moved chassis up to make it look like this thing has at least a little bit ground clearance. No, this thing would get stuck in cities. And you have a turret with 4x4 guns on the rear, but only 70 degrees of gun elevation. This is just so silly. An AA gun should have at the very least 85 degrees of gun elevation. So you cannot shoot at ships that are just above your Centurion. CRT, please take a look at real vehicles. Start from there. Don't use your own very silly, very flawed and sorry, very stupid designs. This is embarrassing. Anvil Paladin, the new ship in concept. Yeah, but this is not a Paladin, this is a Crucible. This one says Anvil Paladin 2. So CRT cannot even do the bare minimum and check the holo models. Yeah, this is a Crucible, not a Paladin. Anvil Crucible, but it's not a Crucible, this is a Liberator. Let's see what the other sign says. Anvil Liberator, okay, at least this one is correct. A ship I'm looking very forward to, a mini carrier, not in the game yet, and I guess not anytime soon. Another Anvil Crucible, but it's not a Crucible, it's a Legionnaire, not in the game yet, and I don't expect her anytime soon. Okay, at least this sign is correct. Anvil Legionnaire, but it's a crucible and another crucible. Siachi, how about checking your work next time? How about have at least 4 eyes checking this? Oh yeah, this was day 9. Thanks for watching and see you tomorrow. Bye. Auf Wiedersehen. Hey, you're still here. You might want to join me on Twitter. My Twitter account is Camural_SC.